And the next and the last presentation of this webinar is a presentation about the recent innovations in lenticle extraction and the new Z8 laser from Swiss company Ziemer. Hello, today I'm going to share the innovations on lenticle extraction and our first experience with Swiss Z8 laser from Ziemer company. Refractive corneal lenticle extraction is technically demanding, and it was Dirk Milhoff and his team in Zeiss who invented this technology and who were able to place the first system on the market and CE marked it in 2011. Zeiss named the procedure Relax and later Smile, and eventually copyrighted the Smile name. Therefore, Zeiss is most advanced in this technology, but there are more companies recently on the market with refractive corneal lenticle extraction possibility on their systems, which is very good for both the patients and the surgeons as well. There are actually more company names of lenticle extraction: Relax, Smile, Clear and Silk, and that creates more harm and confusion on the market than good. And I suggest to use lenticle extraction, all of us, surgeons, industry and patients, and perhaps LASIK lenticle extraction or Smile lenticle extraction, whatever you prefer, but lenticle extraction should be the main name. Z8 laser from Ziemer company is mobile, compact and versatile, and recently it came with the option of lenticle extraction. It also is suitable to perform corneal surgery and flux. It has high repetition rate in megahertz range, low pulse energy in nanojoules, and it can even offer intraoperative OCT. Lenticle extraction can be performed in really wide range of optical powers from -0.5 to -10 with cylinders up to 5. And a unique feature of this system is articulated arm with scanning lens close to the eye with high numerical aperture with flat interface. There is a possibility of 2 incisions leading to both anterior and posterior planes of lenticle. There are venting channels for gas bubbles. It's currently a little bit longer suction time compared to VisuMax, but some publications refer smoother cutting surface compared to this laser. So let's have a look at the video of my first case. Here we are going to see the procedure on Z8 laser with articulated arm, which is a unique feature. You see the flat interface on this handheld handpiece, and the surgeon docks the patient via this articulated arm, which I really like because we mastered that on thousands of LASIK procedures. And then we perform the procedure. The technician can center and cyclotorsion compensate, and that can be also automatically done according to the data from Galilei. And then the lenticle is performed with the laser itself, and we undock the patient and return this handheld handpiece on the laser. Meantime, the handpiece can be get ready for the next eye or for the next patient. It's easy to enter to both anterior and posterior planes, and quite straightforward to dissect both planes even without holding the eye with the forceps. So I show that on the video here, and I will also show how easy it is to extract this lenticle, which I put on the cornea for the purpose of demonstration for this video. And this is the Z8 laser, and we like to combine many of our procedures with cross-linking. We inject the riboflavin into the corneal pocket, then let it diffuse, and then we illuminate the eye with UVA light, typically for 1.5 minutes with the pulsed or the continuous light to improve the stability of the cornea after refractive laser surgery. And here is the overview of our first case, which was 26 years old man, high myopic, -6.25 with -0.5 cylinder, and we see that in 1 week and 3 month follow-up we hit the emetropia, and the visual acuities are in decimal here, and this person can see 10/20/20 both eyes. So I think that was very nice result. We see the pentacam post-op of this case. I have also the results of our first 30 eyes with 3 months follow-up, which I would like to share with you right now. The mean refraction pre-op was -6.7, and you see that we hit pretty much the emetropia here. The mean astigmatism pre-op was 0.62, and we ended up with 0.35. Uncorrected distance visual acuity improved significantly to 0.1 logbar at 3 months. And distance corrected visual acuity in terms of safety stayed really close to 0 logbar all the time during the entire follow-up. And here are some new lasers on the market, and we see the VisuMax 800, Z8, Atos from Schwind, and Elita from J&J, which is not CE-marked yet. And what is in the pipeline of lenticle extraction, hyperopic lenticle extraction, we will have available next year, I believe. I was one of the study centers for this procedure, and I am really looking forward to get it available for our patients on routine clinical basis. There is a clinical study of presbyopic lenticle extraction planned, and I also have an experience with robotic femtomatrix laser, up to now only cataract system, but theoretically this system is able to perform lenticle extraction in less than 5 seconds. What are we going to miss in the near future? Well, both topo-guided and wavefront-guided procedures, which are available as LASIK but not as lenticle extraction. And I think non-contact procedure would be really cool. I would really like that. And of course, I think we all would welcome non-click fee procedure. I am fortunate to have all these lasers available for the surgery to our patients at our ORs. And I would like to acknowledge the companies for developing these wonderful tools for refractive surgery. Thank you for your attention. Now I open the discussion for this presentation.
Terrific results. How long does it take until the patients have full visual acuity?
Well, yeah, that's still at this moment a weaker point of this laser, because we are still in a phase of fine-tuning the parameters. So it takes about 2 weeks to really, get there. But like in 5 days, the patients are usually quite happy. But we are definitely, we definitely need longer time compared to the VisuMax laser at this moment. But we went through the same story with the VisuMax at the beginning, and I think some of you might remember that this used to be the biggest disadvantage of SMILE procedure lenticle extraction on VisuMax some years back.
And how long do you advise to that the patients take cortisone eye drops?
We usually just advise them to use up 1 bottle, which is about 2 to 3 weeks. Okay. Depends on how intensely they drop, but usually the patients come in 2 to 3 weeks with the empty bottle, and one bottle is typically enough.
Okay.
Have you observed in your cases the rainbow visual dysphotopsia that was observed in some cases at the beginning when using this type of lasers?
Well, at the moment we have a general impression that with lenticle extraction there is less dysphotopsias compared to LASIK. The transition zone is really smooth, and the optical zone is wider. So regarding the dysphotopsias, we don't really have hard time, and I'm very confident in both platforms which we use for lenticle extraction at the moment.
Yeah, and I don't agree that time will solve the problem of visual delay recovery, because just within, at least in my experience, 8 years ago when we started with the VisuMax, we had 3 lines less than best corrected visual acuity than with LASIK. But now, believe me, next day most of the visits are 20/20. So we have adjusted not only the parameters, I think that the surgeon's hand and the whole procedure is better. And this is something that will be gained with time. It's very encouraging. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Pavel, I want to ask you a question. So I've never used the Ziemer, but I know from when we were using doing camera, that people actually got better results with camera when they were doing it with a Ziemer flap as opposed to any of the other femtos. So when the energy setting is ideal, it appears that the Ziemer makes a very, very smooth interface. Do you think that's going to be a benefit for lenticular extraction?
Well, I think generally smoother the better on one side. On the other side, some of the irregularities which are hidden inside of this pocket probably have just no harm to the visual quality. And I think a great advantage of Ziemer system on the side of articulated arm, which is very practical, is this high repetition and low pulse energy. And I really like that system for LASIKs. And I believe they have a good chance to, refine their lenticle extraction methods to just meet the same quality criteria.
And this same laser, Pavel, can also be used for cataract surgery and can be used for LASIK flaps.
That's, I think, a huge advantage of this system, that is versatile, and you can also, take it to the car and just move it in between the different clinics as the only system which is as easily transportable to best of my knowledge. So I think, yeah, that's something, it's really different laser to the other ones.
We have the same laser and we have 4 operation theaters. And if I do surgery and my colleague does surgery in the other 2 rooms and I'm in the first 2 rooms, we switch in between the surgeries. We have added a battery, so we do not even need to turn down the energy. We can just move it from one operation theater to the other one. It's really practical.
Yeah, at the beginning of our private Gemini eye clinics, we used to have 2 clinics, one in Zlin where I live, the other one in Prague, which is 300 kilometers apart. We used to move the laser in and out. Then we have this laser at 4 clinics. Finally, we do not move the laser really on a daily basis on the Czech bumpy roads because it's not the best for the technology long term. But again, in case of need, we put it in the car, we run to any of our clinics, and then you get it there, you switch it on, and in 20 minutes it runs.
I would say now with 4 such good companies in the lenticle extraction space, it's going to really push the technology forward now. It's very exciting, I must say.
I think that's good for everyone, for the patients, for the doctors, and for the patients, the competition and more versatility, correct?
Yeah.
So I would like to thank you very much for participating in this AECOS webinar, the 3rd of this year. Thank you for your inputs, for your presentations, for your innovations. And I hope the people who watched us learned and enjoyed. And I would like to take this opportunity to welcome everyone to the next annual AECOS Europe meeting in Florence, Italy, June 9th, 2023. And it's going to be, I'm sure, another exciting meeting within the walls of wonderful Florence city. So you are all welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
We'll be there.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
And goodbye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.